Hi everyone. Right, I'm going to have a go at doing mixed media morsels number 15. It's the Mosaic technique, and I've decided that I'm going to try and use the painty receipt papers, the thermal receipt papers that I made on one of my previous videos. And all I've done is I've cut them into strips, and then I've cut them, let me just carefully move this over, then I've cut them into triangles. I haven't done it randomly like Kat has done. Mine are specific triangle shapes. Now I'm going to have to be careful with these because if any of you have seen the follow-up video I did to the painty receipt papers, we later discovered that when you add Mod Podge to the top of the thermal paper, where it's black, where when you heat set it, it turns black. When you put Mod Podge on it, it turns it white again. So I don't want to get any Mod Podge over on the top layer. So I've got my tweezers at the ready, which will hopefully aid me. This all might go completely horribly wrong, but I'm going to try. And then I've come up with another solution, which I'll divulge later, to seal it on the top. Anyway, I'm just going to have those pieces to my left-hand side there, and then I'm going to add some glue. My paper's already white, so I don't need to do anything with that. And then I'm just going to have to be careful that that I don't get too much paint on the top layer, but we'll see what happens. And I'm just going to lay some of these down like so. I'm mixing the colours up. Let's have a pink one there. Ooh. And then as I add more glue, I'm just going to have to be careful that I don't get it on the papers themselves. If I do, I do. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to put this onto fast forward now. Right, sorry guys, my page is all finished now, and I thought I was recording, but I'd obviously forgotten to press the button. I have carried on gluing all of my mosaic pieces to the page, and that's all finished. And I've grabbed an A5 Pronti leaf mask, and I've got a piece of cut and dry foam here, and I'm very carefully holding this leaf mask in place whilst I just go over with my sponge and the black paint. So I'm trying sort of really hard not to get any paint underneath this, and this could all go horribly wrong, which hopefully it won't, but I'm going to have to be really, really careful. Right, now as you can see, the stencil has bled through in quite a few places, and I'm at that stage where I'm thinking, do I scrap it and sort of put it down as a complete and utter disaster, or do I persevere with it and try and resurrect it and do something with it? And so what I've decided to do, I'm not going to give up just yet. I've grabbed my Uniball Signo pen, and I've just had a go just on this one leaf here at sort of trying to do some scribbly lines just so that I can see what it looks like, and I'm hoping, I think that might work. So I'm just going to carry carry on with that. Right, this is how it's looking so far. So I've continued going round the design with my white Jelly Roll, well, Uniball Signo pen. Then I took my white Posca marker, and I've tried to define it even more by adding just some white dots around the leaves with the white pen. Tried to sort of cover in some more of the left hand side with black because that was bugging me. And I think what I want to do now is have a think about putting some kind of border around the edge. I'm not happy with this bit here because the paint's got underneath the stencil, but there isn't anything I can do about that. But it's starting to look better than it did. You can't win them all. That's what I should. That's all I can say. But I'm going to have a think about what I want to do with the border, and then I'll come back and show you how I've got on. Right, we're getting there, slowly but surely. I've gone around the edge with my white Posca pen and put in a border. Unfortunately, the black has bled through in parts of it, so it's not quite as white as I would like. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I've got some other coloured Posca paint pens here. I have picked out the colours that are in this, and I think I'm going to add some little coloured dots inside the border just to bring the colour out. So I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'll have a play, and then I'll come back. Here's my finished page. As you can see, I scrapped the idea of using the coloured Poscas around the border. I just felt that that would be too busy and too much. So instead I used a Uni Super Ink marker to add some dotted lines, and I'm pleased with the way that that looks. And then I thought that a brilliant quote for this would be "Imperfection is beautiful." I'm really pleased with the way that it's turned out, and considering that I nearly scrapped it completely and gave up on it altogether, it has actually turned out quite well. It's certainly imperfect. I scribbled the border around the quote just using a black one of these, the Staedtler pens. And that's it. It probably looks as if there's a lot of waste with the mosaics sort of all around the edge, but the texture of it is just absolutely lovely, and that really does add to it. You probably can't see that, you're not picking it up. Let me just tilt it and see if you can. And you can actually see the print on the mosaics underneath, which is nice. But that's it. Mixed Media Morsels number 15. Hope you liked it. Take care. See you all again soon.